All right, hey everybody, what is going on? This is Mike with Below Average Blogger, and thank you for joining me once again. And it is time for the December 2021 income report. So basically, quarter four has ended. Those are the highest payouts of the year. I know in the blogging community, a lot of people are really excited about this time of year, so I'm going to share how I did as well. This was my first quarter four where I actually had up and running blogs. So last year I had just started blogging. I did have a website, but it was only 3 months old, 4 months old. It was probably closer to 5 months old at the time, but nonetheless, I didn't have a lot of content. None of it had time to rank, and I made, maybe $100, just lucky affiliate sales. So this was my first real quarter four income report, and I was excited to see how it did. Now, some backstory on this, if you're new to the channel or just checking this out, I have niche websites that are seasonal, and in hindsight, I would have probably gone with a more evergreen niche. Generally, I have seasonal niches. So my main site is a camping and outdoors website, and not only is that highly competitive, but it's also fairly seasonal. Sure, there's winter outdoor sports, winter camping, and things I can write about, and I do, but traffic tends to not do as well in the winter months for a camping site. And my other big site is a grilling site, and obviously grilling is a seasonal niche as well, because grilling most likely takes place during the warmer months. That's when people are getting outside and grilling. I do have a third site that's monetized, and it is a dog breed specific website. And as you'll see, it's starting to pick up traction again, even more so than last month. It's making a few $100 a month. Now that's more of an evergreen site. But because it's a breed-specific dog website, I am limited in the type and amount of content I can do. So my website is dedicated to the breed of dog that I own. And this dog happens to be a hunting dog. In hindsight, I would have done a niche website to hunting dogs, and then I could have wrote about all the different breeds that make up hunting dogs. But I chose to do just a specific breed. Now, there is a lot of content. I do have over 80 articles in this dog breed site. And I do have another, right now, off the top of my head, probably 20 that I could do to go ahead and take this over 100. But I really want to be in that 300 article mark for all of my niche websites and above. It's going to be tough with a dog breed specific site. Now, because it's starting to rank, it's starting to slowly grow some authority in this dog breed. I will start branching out and doing some other related dog breeds that might fit under that umbrella of the one I have. We'll see how that goes, because I'm trying to think of ways to scale this website. Nonetheless, all the sites did well. I didn't really go down in income this month, but I didn't really go too high, and I'll show you here. Even with the dip in seasonal traffic, I still maintained a good dollar amount, and so I will stop chatting about it and kind of jump right into it. All right, so overall in the portfolio, I do have 6 websites. 3 of which are monetized, 3 are in infancy stages and growing. Overall, on my total portfolio, I added 25 articles in the month of December, which is a good chunk. In a perfect world, I'd add 25 per month to each website, but it's not really feasible money-wise, time-wise, reality-wise. So overall, I added 25 articles, which I think last month I added either 27-ish, right around that 25 mark again. So at this pace, that's over 200 articles a year I'll be adding. So I'm good with it. We'll see how January does as far as articles go, but it's on track to be right around that 25 again. All right, so for traffic, my number one site, the first site that I started back in July of July 2020 is when I started this site. It is a year and a half old. It currently has 141 articles, which is an increase of 5 from last month. Traffic it saw was basically right at 7,000. It was 6,997, which is an increase of 525 from last month. If you go back and look at some of the history of my videos, this first website, although it has 141 articles, although it's 18 months old and it only saw 7,000 visitors, that is highly factored in because of my poor keyword research, my poor article writing, sourcing to cheap writers. I'm just now doing new keyword research for it, writing my own articles for it, or paying good writers for new content. So I'm starting to breathe life back into this site as time goes on. But the initial chunk, 100 articles, 120 maybe, were just not good, not researched well enough. The keywords weren't good. They were too competitive. And many times when I did have a good keyword, I probably sourced the article to a really crappy writer on Fiverr or iWriter and just got bad quality back. And ultimately, as you guys know or may not know, that poor quality, poorly written material, highly competitive keywords are just going to have a very, very, very hard time to rank anywhere in the SERPs that would yield you any profit or traffic. All right, so site number 2 is the dog breed specific website that was started in late September 2020 as well. It now has 83 articles, which is an increase of 4. Its traffic was 12 for December. Its traffic was 12,740, which is an increase of 2,078. It is continuing to grow. It's been a steady grower, and I'm happy with how it's going. We'll see how it does long term. With 83 articles that it has, and it's seeing almost 13,000 views within basically 13, 14 months. I'd say 50 of those articles were added in the last few months. So I do expect this site to continue to grow and continue to rank, and it's got good keyword research, pretty good articles. So I think we'll see some good growth out of this over the next year. All right, site number 3 has been my top earner. This was started also in September of 2020, late September 2020, so kind of October. It's at that 14 months old. It currently has 129 articles, which is an increase of 13 from the previous month. Its traffic in December was 37,783, which is an increase from last month of 8,006. To get almost 40,000 page views on an outdoor grilling website is pretty good. I'm happy with that. I had a big spike on Christmas Day, which if you look at my old videos, the first time I ever got traffic on the site, it was only 2 months old in December 2020. And I had a big 500 visitor day, and I thought it was amazing. This December 2020, on Christmas Day, I had 2,500 visitors. So this item that I write about a lot, it appears to be gifted on Christmas Day, so I do have a spike on Christmas, not only because it's gifted, but because people are cooking for family and friends, and I think a lot of guys or gals like to go outside and maybe cook up on the grill for, maybe the turkey or the ham or whatever they got going on in the holidays. So nonetheless, for December to be for grilling to be a seasonal niche and to still have 40,000 page views in December with basically going into the month with 115 articles, now leaving with 130 articles. I'm happy with that, and I really believe come the warmer months I'm going to be over that 50,000, and I want to be trucking towards that 100,000 or more page views for this site, but we'll see how it goes. Nothing's guaranteed. It's just a roll of the dice at this point, calculated roll of the dice, but we'll see how it goes. All right, site number 5 is my wife's site. It's kind of a back burner site. She adds content when she feels like it. She's very busy with her job, but she sees what blogging is doing for us in the background, and I think it's perked her interest. So she took a niche that she's passionate about in the diet and fitness area, which is competitive and potentially YMYL, but nonetheless, it's starting to get a little growth. She has 8 articles, which is an increase of 1. It was started January 2021, so right now it's hitting 12 months, but in 12 months it got 8 articles, so I don't really have any monetization plans. I don't really have any plans overall. Just let her do her thing with it. If she lets it fizzle out, we'll let it fizzle out. If she gets into it and wants to add a bunch of content, we'll go that route too. No plans, no expectations, just kind of an experiment for her, really. Its traffic was 539, which is a decrease of 26 views from last month. Now, site number 6 would be my wine-related niche, and that is started in... Oh, excuse me, I missed one. Then I have a food-related niche. It's not recipes, it's informational content about a popular food item. It now has 38 articles, which is no change from last month. I didn't add any to it this month. This is one that I front-loaded 38 articles early on, and I just wanted to see what it would do. It is now 7 months old, and it had a traffic of 1,015 page views, which is an increase of 361 from last month. No monetization on it. Just kind of seeing what it does, and if I think it's continuing to traject in the right direction, I will add more content. All right, site number 8 is going to be the wine site. That was started in August 2021, so it's 4 or 5 months old. It has 7 articles, which is an increase of 1. It had traffic of 43, which is a decrease of 6. But at this level, 7 articles, 3-4 months old. I'm just not worried about it right now. We'll just see what happens over time. So as you can see, the main sites are the camping website, the dog breed website, and the grilling website. Those are all now over 1 year old, now have content that is definitely ranking and doing well. And just between those 3 sites, we did have around upper 50,000 page views, almost 60,000 page views between the 3 sites. So good month overall in traffic. Everything increased as far as my monetized sites, which is great, considering 2 out of my 3 sites are seasonal, and they still increased in page views, still had good revenue. Speaking of that, let's go into revenue. All right, so for site number 1, so I should preface with these sites are monetized via display ads, and they are monetized via affiliate links with both Amazon and other affiliate programs more specific to brands. So site number 1, the camping and outdoor site, it is on Ezoic Premium, the 4-star plan, which is $220 a month. It made $144.54, which is an increase of $3. Site number 2 on Ezoic, which is the dog breed website, made $205.49, which is a decrease of $35. And then site number 3, which is the grilling website, did $991.83, which is an increase of $91. On Amazon, site number 1 did $162, site number 2 did $33, and site number 3 did $124. Site number 1 had an Avant link commission for $7.49. And then site number 3 had several affiliate commissions from different programs. 3 commissions total. One was $37, one was $60, and the other one was $65 and some change. And so total combined for all 3 of the monetized sites for the month of December, with roughly upper 50,000 page views combined, was $1,833.05. So we keep knocking on that $2,000 a month door. It's a little tough right now to break it, but seasonality, again, I do think this is going to go up over time. All right, so somebody made a comment in a previous video and said these income reports don't really matter if you don't show expenses. And I think that's a fair statement, because what are you really making in income if you're putting all that back into your business? And so I'm starting to include my expenses now. Some are required and some are not required. I choose to spend profits into these expenses. So my hosting is $295 per month. My theme is $4.91 a month, which is basically Acrobato lifetime license, and it's split over a couple sites. My grilling site doesn't use Acrobato, but the ones I just plug and play and try to just SEO focus, I use Acrobato because it's plug and play and I can just focus on SEO. I spend $5.75 on an annual link whisper plan. I spend $220 on Ezoic Premium, but that Ezoic Premium goes to any sites added to your Ezoic count. So if you get a big site and it gets eligible for Ezoic Premium and you're making, you're paying X amount of money to be on Ezoic Premium for that bigger return, what Ezoic allows you to do is take any other site that's monetized by Ezoic, even if it has, say my dog breed site had 12,000 visitors, it gets the benefits of Ezoic Premium. My camping site, 7,000 visitors, it gets the benefits of Ezoic Premium. So although you do pay to be in Ezoic Premium, you always get back much more than you pay, 2-3 times more. You also have the benefit of adding any other monetized sites to get those premium ad rates, which is good. I did spend $302.94 on iWriter. I don't use random iWriter writers. I have 2 that I am locked in and I work with all the time because they're really good. I've talked to them about working off of iWriter. They won't do it, which I understand. I could be a fly-by-night guy. I could not talk to them in a month and they've gotten off iWriter and they're not getting regular work, so I get it. But I do just log into iWriter, assign articles directly to 2 specific writers, and bounce out. So I spent $302.94 on content. It's not a required expense. I choose to buy more content. And I didn't spend any on passion posts this month. So my total expenses for December 2021 were $546.55, which gives me a net profit of $1,286.50. Now, had I not purchased content, my net profit would be $1,586. So roughly my required overhead is only about $230, $240 a month. And the bulk of that is Ezoic Premium. So that is how we did for December 2021. Let me know down below how you guys did. I know a lot of you guys have your own sites. And for those of you thinking about starting a site, it's 2022, new year, new you, all that garbage, right? Now's the time to act on it. If you're considering starting a blog or you've been creeping on the channel thinking about it, look, no one on earth, no one should be worse at this than me, is what I'm getting at. I'm a guy who spent 10 years in the Army, a few years as a police officer, a few years as a special agent in the government, working for defense contractors. I'm the opposite of a computer blogger. I'm not that guy, but here I am being that guy, making a couple $1,000s a month within 1 year of starting. So if you're considering doing this, I say jump on it. There's so many good channels out there you can learn from. I made this channel and I called it Below Average Blogger for that very reason, because I came into YouTube because I wanted some accountability, and there's so many good bloggers out there making tons of money. I wanted to make it clear from the beginning, I'm a nobody. I am someone who just wants to document this and share my ups and my downs, and I'm definitely coming into this from a below average standpoint. So if I can do it, you can do it. All it takes is that dedication, that time, cranking out the content, There's so many good channels you can learn from. There is Josh over at Pro Blogger Income, Doug Cunnington, Miles Beckler, Niche Safari, Amelia Gardner, Sean Mars. Just Google some of those names. I mean, YouTube search some of those names. You'll find content for days. Oh, Morton over at Passive Income Geek, which I actually joined his course and learned a lot from. So there's just options out there, and there's a lot of free information to get you started. And if you want that more deep dive, there's lots of courses you can join. But if you just want to start, the information is out there, it is free, and the money is waiting for you. You just got to kind of dip your toes in and make the jump. So 2022, new year, new you, blah, blah, blah. Go out there and make the money. Hope you guys have a great start to the year. Hope you had a great quarter 4, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.